Have you been trying to heal your PCOS, but nothing has worked? You've tried every diet under the sun: keto, intermittent fasting, cutting out gluten and dairy and seed oils and nightshades, calorie counting, but none of them have worked or lasted. And then you end up binge eating because you've been restricting so much. And you try to stop binge eating by using sheer willpower, but you run out of that at the end of the day and you end up eating the whole packet of biscuits and the whole block of chocolate, and you feel so guilty and you want to punish yourself. So you speak critically towards yourself and you try to motivate yourself to do better, and then you try another diet the next day and the cycle goes on repeat. That you've been doing this for months, maybe even years, and you've been seeing no results, no lasting results in improving your PCOS. So how do you actually heal? I have been specializing and working exclusively, almost exclusively, with people with PCOS for the last 4 years. And I've helped over 100 people reclaim predictable pain-free period, vibrant energy, and a loving relationship with their body without restriction, without dieting, without rigid food rules, and depriving them of joy and pleasure in going out to eat with their friends or their favorite dessert. And the number one reason why I see people with PCOS get stuck with healing their PCOS and doing the right things to heal their PCOS is because they're too focused on the physical, on the body, as opposed to taking a more holistic approach and looking at the body, mind, and spirit. When you focus solely on your body, you ask questions like, how do I get rid of my excess hair growth? How do I regulate my periods? What's the best diet to lose weight with PCOS? What's the best exercise for PCOS? It's purely focused on the physical body and physical habits. But when you focus on the mind and the spirit as well, you start asking questions like, why do I feel the need to lose weight? Why doesn't it feel good to eat well for my body, to eat balanced meals for my body? Is this coming from love or fear? Am I feeling connected to or disconnected to my body? What is my body feeling? Does this bring me peace and joy or stress and anger and fear? These questions are so important because our mind and our spirit dictate our physical, our body. Let me give you a tangible example. So, for example, if you're calorie counting to lose weight, this impacts your physical body because one, you're likely not eating enough for your body, which causes hormone imbalances, which worsens your PCOS symptoms. It's also likely causing macro and micronutrient deficiencies, which again triggers worse PCOS symptoms. And then on top of that, your nervous system is feeling dysregulated. It's in survival mode because it's not getting enough energy and your body thinks that it might die. So there's a physiological response there as well. And then on the mind standpoint, there's a lot of fear around food. This food has too many calories. This food is going to make me gain weight. I shouldn't be eating this food, but I want to eat that food because I enjoy chocolate. And there's this constant fear and stress in your mind, which then triggers your nervous system to be further dysregulated, which triggers cortisol, your stress hormone, and all the other hormones to be out of balance, which throws your PCOS hormones out of balance, which triggers worse PCOS symptoms. And then there's your spirit of, I feel so deprived of joy and I feel so disconnected to my body because I'm not eating anything that I'm enjoying. I'm just trying to eat low calorie and that's just not bringing me much pleasure at all because I have to cut out all the things that bring me pleasure, such as chocolate and going out to eat with friends. And that's causing a strain on my relationship with my body because I'm craving joy, I'm craving these things, but I'm trying to not give myself it. And so that stress, that disconnection and that stress also causes the higher cortisol levels and a dysregulated nervous system and worse PCOS symptoms. So it's all interconnected. But when you focus on just the physical, you forget about the mental and spiritual, and you don't realize how much that actually impacts your physical body, but also your habits, right? Because if you're thinking, I have to lose weight to be healthy, because when I'm in a bigger body, and if I'm in a bigger body, I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. I'm not beautiful. I'm not valuable. That is going to cause you to restrict, which then leads you to binge, which then leads you to restrict and binge and go in that cycle, right? Or you're going to go out and exercise, but only to lose weight. But when you don't see the weight loss, you're like, what's the point of exercising? And you stop exercising altogether. As opposed to going and exercising because you know that that is actually nourishing and supportive for your body, regardless of what happens to your weight. But because you have this attachment to weight, because your weight, you have a belief that your weight equates to your worth, it triggers you to only exercise if you see weight loss. Do you see how it's all interconnected? So this tunnel vision of your body, of the physical, and the neglecting of your mind and your spirit causes hormone imbalances, but it also stops you from developing habits that can help you balance your hormones. And you get stuck in this cycle and you have ongoing PCOS symptoms. And this is perfect. This is perfect for the diet culture matrix. This is perfect for the $90 billion diet industry in the US and the $500 million industry in Australia. Because you get stuck in this cycle and you keep on looking for solutions, weight loss diets and programs and pills and things to help you lose weight, but you never find that weight loss because that wasn't the problem to begin with. But you never look deeper, you never look at the mental and spiritual, and so you just keep on getting stuck in this cycle and spending more and more money feeding into the diet industry. That is the diet culture matrix. It is feeding off and banking on your fear, your insecurities, your disconnection to your body, and your hormone imbalance and dysregulation of your nervous system. So how do you actually break free of this cycle and the diet culture matrix? You really need to get curious and look deeper than the body and the physical habits. You need to look at your mental habits, your mindset, and your spiritual habits, your spiritual health. So that means asking deeper questions such as, what's triggering my binge eating? Not just my binge eating is bad, how do I get rid of it? What is the trigger of my binge eating? What's stopping me from being consistent with movement? Why do I want to lose weight? And going beyond the surface level answer. So many people think, oh, what's stopping me from consistent movement? I'm just lazy. And you blame yourself and you shame yourself. And that is what blocks you from being able to access the deeper answer. Get rid of the judgment, get rid of the shame. Give that back to diet culture. Have compassion and love for yourself, and you'll find the deeper answers, and you'll find the root cause. And that root cause is going to be how you break free of that cycle and actually create new habits. Okay, let me give you some real life examples from my previous clients so you get a better idea. So one of my clients couldn't stop binge eating the whole 6-pack of hot cross buns in one sitting. And when we unpacked it, when we discovered the root cause of it, the root cause was she was missing her mom who lived in a different state. And eating the hot cross buns, something super sugary, reminded her of when she was younger and her mum would tell her off for eating sugary foods. And that would make her feel cared for by her mum. And so in present day, she would eat to then feel her mum's presence and her mum scolding her for eating too much sugar because she missed her mum's presence. But once we unpack that, The next day, she stopped binge eating. She came back and told me, I bought a packet of hot cross buns just to try, and I ate one. And I was like, yeah, I feel satisfied now. I don't need to eat anymore. Like that. See, once you find the emotional root cause, the mental and emotional root cause, you can heal things like that. Because it's not a physical thing. If this client had just tried to use willpower to not buy hot cross buns and not eat them, she would have just found a bar of chocolate and done the same thing. Because the physical thing is not the problem. The binge eating isn't the problem. There is a deeper root cause. Let me give you another example. One of my other clients had been yo-yo dieting for over 20 years, and she had seen no results with improving her nutrition or her PCOS symptoms. When we got down to the root cause, we discovered that she didn't believe that she deserved to feel good and nourished in her body until she lost weight. And that's why she couldn't eat nourishing meals consistently, and she couldn't go and move her body consistently. And after we discovered this, 6 months later, she had her periods 3 months in a row, and they were pain-free, so she could go on vacation and it wasn't a bother for her because she knew it was coming and it wasn't debilitating. She also had such a vibrant energy that she quit coffee altogether, and she didn't need her 2 p.m. nap anymore. And she had such a loving and trusting relationship with her body that she naturally ate well, that she naturally wanted to go out and move her body consistently because it felt nourishing and it felt good for her body. And she knew she deserved to feel that way no matter what weight she was at. And this is what healed her PCOS. And this is why I always preach, find the root cause. Find the root cause of your PCOS, but also the root cause of your habits, of the habits that you want to change, the binge eating, the dieting, the criticizing yourself, and address it directly. This is going to solve the problem like that. But this is why a lot of people don't heal their PCOS, because they want a quick fix. They don't want to do the deep work. They want to get a meal plan, follow a diet, follow an exercise program. Just tell me what to eat. Tell me what to do. It's often you know what to do. You know what to eat. You know how to exercise. There is an emotional and mental block that's stopping you from being able to do that. And sometimes it's very painful to look at what that emotional and mental block is. And that's why people aren't willing to face it. And it's not their fault. This is a part of the diet culture matrix to keep you in fear, to keep you in guilt and shame and disconnect you from your body, to keep you in this cycle. That is keeping you stuck with your nutrition, with your movement, with your habits, with healing your PCOS. But if you want to cure your PCOS permanently, and by cure, I mean some of my clients have gone back to their doctors and their doctors have said, you don't have PCOS anymore. You don't qualify for it because you don't fit the criteria of a PCOS diagnosis. So essentially they reverse their PCOS. Or some people just manage their PCOS symptoms so well that they feel in control of their PCOS, as opposed to feel like PCOS is holding them back and taking over their life. If you want to heal your PCOS, you need to escape the diet culture matrix. How do you do that? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I have a masterclass coming up, Escaping the Diet Culture Matrix, on Wednesday the 29th of April at 5:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time or Standard Time. I'm not sure where we're at with that. We're going to talk about the diet culture matrix in more depth and help you identify where you're getting stuck in it so that you can actually escape it. And we're going to talk about the intuitive eating body trust paradigm, the alternative, what you can step into when you step away from the diet culture matrix. And the intuitive eating body trust matrix is all about love. Love for yourself, love for your body, love for food. It's about balance. It's about transmuting emotions into action. The emotion of fear and anger and guilt and shame. How can you transmute this so that you can take progressive and aligned action to support your body and support your health goals? And this is going to help you align your body, mind, and spirit so that you can heal your PCOS without dieting and feel at home and at peace within your body. So this is part 1 of the series, and this masterclass will be free. And if you can't make the masterclass live, then the replay will be available for 1 week afterwards. In this masterclass, I will at the end invite you to part 2 of the masterclass, and this is going to be a paid, very low cost though. It will probably be around $25. And this masterclass is called Rage Against Diet Culture. And this is where we're actually going to take those emotions that you have for too long been directing at yourself, the guilt, the shame, the anger, the resentment, the frustration, and we are going to redirect that to diet culture where it's deserved, so that you can lift that from your body, feel lighter instantly in your body, and have a clearer connection with your body and with its wisdom, so you can hear its wisdom and know the right next steps to take to build habits that keep your hormones in balance and heal your PCOS without dieting. And I'll talk more about the part 2 masterclass in that masterclass, the free masterclass. So I will put a link in the description for you to register for the free masterclass if that is of interest for you. I would love to know how this landed for you, and if there's any physical symptoms or habits that you're trying to break free from, drop them in the comments below so that I might bring that into the Escape the Diet Culture Matrix Masterclass and unpack that so you can break free and create healthier habits to heal your PCOS. Also, if you think this video might help someone who has PCOS or who is stuck in the diet culture matrix, then please send this to them. I would be so grateful for you to share this work and share my work and continue to help my mission to help people feel more at home in their bodies. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.